Hi everyone, it's Jody Emery. I'm here in the Pot TV studios with Jacob Hunter from Why Prohibition, Nicole Seguin from End Prohibition, and Jeremiah Vandermeer from Cannabis Culture Magazine. And we're here today to let you know about the May 2nd federal election in Canada. It's an extremely important election, and here's why.
So if the vote were held today, the Conservatives would win a majority government, which means get ready to say goodbye to medical marijuana and get ready to see mandatory minimums bills passed within days or weeks. Conservatives currently have 42.3% of the vote. They only need 40% to get a majority. That means they can pass any legislation they want. They can appoint any judge they want. They'll have a majority on the Supreme Court in 3 years, and they don't have to have an election for another 5. This is our only chance, potentially our only chance in the next 5 years to chart a new course for Canada. And if we do not get out and vote on May 2nd, like the poster on Facebook says, you wouldn't let your grandparents choose who you date, so why would you let them choose your government? People over 65 are the ones who vote, and if we don't get out and vote, we're going to see a Conservative majority government.
That's exactly right. And we have narrowed it down to about 54 ridings where we as the cannabis community can have a tremendous impact on the elections. Conservatives only need to win another 12 seats to have this majority, and they will use that majority to put us in jail and make our grandparents pay for the prisons. So we're going to be listing these swing ridings up on whyprohibition.ca, endprohibition.ca, and of course cannabisculture.com. And by getting involved in these ridings, you can say no to a Conservative government and you can say no to mandatory minimums for cannabis.
Stephen Harper and the Conservative Party have been our enemy number one, the cannabis community's worst nightmare, and they've done everything they can to crack down on Canada's cannabis community. So now it's time for you to fight back. And you can go to cannabisculture.com for all the latest updates on the election, and go to whyprohibition.ca to find out how you can help.
This vote is going to be pivotal. Canada is already going in a very scary direction, and most Canadians know this, but they aren't getting involved in voting, and it's our only chance to save this country. So please get involved, stay tuned, and every week we're going to give you an update about the most contested ridings, what the most recent news is, maybe some of the most scandalous, terrible things that the Conservatives have done to this country, and we'll keep you well informed so you can make an educated vote and get other people out to vote with you to save Canada.
So if you can go on to whyprohibition.ca, on endprohibition.ca, and even on Cannabis Culture by the end of today, you just need to give us your email address and your postal code. We'll tell you where you can vote, we'll tell you who you can vote for to beat the Conservatives, and the most important thing, we'll tell you who you can volunteer for. We right here have 54 swing ridings, like Nicole said, where the Conservatives could potentially win, but where the opposition can also potentially win. So it doesn't matter necessarily if you support the NDP, the Liberals, the Greens. We're all in this together. We're the majority of Canadians who do not support Stephen Harper, and we need to get out and we need to make our voices heard. So go on to whyprohibition.ca or any of our other websites and sign up and get involved. This is our chance to make sure Canada does not turn into George Bush's United States.
Your vote counts. Make sure you use it.
So on May 2nd, remember, just go to the poll and cast your vote. It's incredibly important, and it can have a huge impact on Canada for the better.
It's time to get rid of Stephen Harper and the Conservatives, and now's your chance. So don't forget, May 2nd is the time to vote.
Even if you don't live in one of these ridings and you think, oh, if I live in southern Alberta where the Conservatives are going to win anyways, still get out and vote. And the reason is simple. Statistics Canada compiles a demographic analysis of the election, which is a fancy way of saying what type of people voted, what people in the 18 to 34 demographic, what type of people over 65. And what they've found is that people under 34 vote 1/4 as much as people over 65. And even if you can't elect someone other than Conservative, just help to bring those numbers up. If you're between 18 and 34, even if your candidate doesn't win, you're making a huge difference on the outcome of this election and the outcome of future elections.
Unless you want to see mandatory minimum sentences in Canada and a lot more cannabis users going to jail, please get out and vote on May 2nd.
Cancel out a prohibitionist vote and cast your vote too.